Okay, good morning. Welcome to another Monday Zoom. And these are our weekly onboarding, Monday motivation Zooms. And my name is Rachel Balansat. I'm a Crown with Purium. And I'm your host for today. And I do have a wonderful guest who's going to be joining me today with some inspiration. And I'd love to just get started and have you all participate by sharing something in the chat. I'd love to know, what is something that you have a question about? What is something that you would really love to know right now? Like maybe you have a question or something that you're not quite clear on, or like something that you're just stuck on in your business and you'd like me to talk about that today. I just want to give you a chance to have your particular question addressed today. And I also want to ask if there's anybody new on here. If there's anybody who's coming, it's their first Zoom. They're like, oh, wow, my first time with the team. If it's your first time, drop me a 1. If it's your first time, so we can welcome you and everyone can welcome you in the chat, just so we can all say hello to you. So say 1 if you're brand new, and who your upline is. All right, I think I'm 1. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm just going to go ahead and look in the chat and see what questions come up, if there's any. What is your best organizational advice? What is the volume section on the Diamond Mind tracker sheet for? All right, here we go. Some questions. I want to hear more about the farms. I would like to know how to find more specific information about ingredients. Okay, good. What is the best way to distinguish our product from other products? I'd love to hear more about farming practices. Okay, cool. I like how Amy put the star of the call is Jillian, my upline. Yeah, props to Jillian. That's so great. She's going to be on here for sure. Okay, let me see if I can retain all that. Those are really great questions. And so we will be definitely answering as many of those questions as possible in today's call, because this is really just kind of like an orientation. The Mondays are a really, really great Zoom to always bring your new brand partners to. If you ever have anybody who's brand new, this is the most important call of the week for them, because we are really we go over the nuts and bolts of the business, and we almost always have someone we interview who has inspiration, who can share about being on the fast track and who has actually accomplished some fast track goals. So you can see how possible and real it is, and learn from them what it takes to do that. And that's what we're going to be doing in a little bit. So I want to start, who knows what we're going to do next? We always like to start with a little visualization. And this is one of the reasons that it's the most important thing to bring new people to. Because every person, in order to start the business, we have to have motivation, right? Unless we know why we're doing this, anything in life, whatever you're putting your mind to, you have to have a strong reason, a strong why. So we always like to start now, even if they don't start on this call, when we're doing connect calls with them, we always want to ask somebody, what is it? Why are they inspired by Purium? Like, why are you inspired by Purium? Go ahead and drop in the chat. Why are you inspired to join this business and join this company and be here right now? What inspires you? Drop that in the chat. And then let's see what kind of inspiration you have after we have a little moment to visualize, to help people feel optimal. Financial freedom. I love the mission of the company. Healing physically and financially. Yes, both of those. Helps people heal. Help people create healthy relationships with food. That is so true. Complementing Sophia Code work and getting paid for business training and residual income. Isn't this great? Like, you guys get paid, you guys and all you different people, you get paid to learn about yourself. You get paid to learn about yourself. You get paid to create, you get paid to come and listen to business calls, right? So this is free training, and this is something amazing, because a lot of people who are training, a lot of the Crown have spent a lot of money learning about leadership. We've spent time in seminars. I've spent lots of time with in GoPro. I've been to several GoPros with Eric Worre live. I've met Grant Cardone myself. Got a picture of him myself and Grant Cardone over there in my Instagram page. And I've done Tony Robbins workshops. So there's a lot of free training that comes from people who have spent the money and trained and now are giving that to you in these Zooms. So I encourage you to come every week to the Monday call. I encourage you to always bring your new people to the Monday Zoom. And then I also encourage you to come to the Thursday Zooms. And the Thursday Zooms are at the same time as the Monday Zooms. All right, all of our team Zooms, anything related to our Superfood Social team is always at 1 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Eastern time. All right. I don't know all the time zones, but that's what I do know. So, and then the Sundays, who was on the Superfood Social Live Business Prospecting Social on Sunday, yesterday? Who was on there? Drop a 2 if you made it to the call yesterday. And I also like to see your hands. Yes, awesome, cool. And I want you to share in the chat just what was a takeaway. What was something that inspired you that you heard yesterday that resonated with you, that you feel like, okay, this is something I'm going to bring forward into my business from now on. So if there's any, to be the change, awesome. Yes, we are the change by being the change. There's the golden nugget right there. Okay, thank you for participating. Okay, I hope everyone's found their chat button who's new. So let's read what Stephanie said. There's so many ways to distinguish our products. The list is huge. It may be that you end up with a number of favorites. My favorites are that our products are elite master formulations, grown and harvested in the highest possible way yet known. We are the highest possible fuels. That's true, 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 true. All right. So everyone settle in for a moment. We're going to visualize. We're going to take a moment to think about moving forward. All right. So I just want you to close your eyes for a moment and just take a deep breath. I read a quote recently that many billionaires spend time in their morning meditating and visualizing, and that really the difference, the thing that makes a difference in life is being able to visualize what's next, to visualize the outcome you want, because that is what's going to attract it to you. That's going to also inspire you to take the steps to attract. As you're attracted to it, you will actually start to be able to clear the mind and come up with those steps that are going to get you there. So we're moving through the portal, moving into the future. And I want you to really take a big deep breath and clear your mind. Let everything from the past drop away. We're just in the present moment of this infinite potential, this moment right now of infinite possibilities. Anything can happen out of this moment. You are pure potential. Nothing has been created yet in the future. You are designing your own future. Sky's the limit. Let's imagine there's nothing in the way. Money's not an obstacle. You get to create the life of your dreams, going back to like before you were born, your purpose on this, your purpose in life coming to you. Why are you here? What is it that most inspires you? If you could do anything, if you could have any life that you want, if you could have the life of your dreams, what would it be? Who would you be? What kind of person are you in this life of your dreams? Who do you have in your life? What kind of people are you attracting into your life? Who is in this picture? And who is with you? And what does your world look like? In this life of your dreams, where are you in the world? What kind of surroundings? Where do you live? What is your home like? What is your outside environment like? And how safe do you feel? Are you happy? What brings you happiness? What brings you the most joy? This is your life. Notice how you feel. Notice what kind of income is coming into your account every month without you making any effort. It's just effortlessly flowing in. Or maybe there's a certain amount of savings you have. Maybe there's a certain amount of savings you see. Just see that number, see that, just that safety of abundance, that safety container to take care of everything you need in life. Breathe into that. Yes, this beautiful abundance. And having that abundance, what does that give you? What does that afford you? What does that allow you? What does that offer you? And what does that allow you to offer? So as you breathe in big, you're seeing this beautiful abundance in your life of all the things that are important. Maybe it's being able to create something bigger than you've ever created. All right. And so notice the feelings. I want you just block those feelings in and think of a symbol for those feelings and bring that into some place in your body. Now for me, it was a crown when I first started. And I found a crown bracelet in real life. And I wore that bracelet every single day with commitment until I hit crown in the company. I was determined, and yet I was so scared I wouldn't make it. But I just kept looking at that bracelet, saying, this is simple. I want to feel this freedom. I want to feel that financial freedom and that personal freedom. So everyone's symbol is going to be different. It just happened that was mine. So I invite you to just come back and look here and be with each other. And I want you to notice that this is your community. This is a community of your people right here. We're here for you. That's right. So, and together we do this. And the beautiful thing I love about this business model is that it is together. Is that you don't do it alone. You do it with other people. And by supporting other people to get to their goals, you actually get to yours. You rise. You rise by uplifting other people and believing in them. So if you're ever wondering, how can I help someone? Just believe in them. Let them know you believe in them. You all are totally 100% capable. So capable of doing this. And right now we're going to learn those tools. We're going to talk about the systems and the tools to succeed in this particular business. I'm so sad that I didn't bring my tracker sheet because I made this beautiful year-long binder. Someone may already have one. If you have one, I'm going to ask you to hold it up. But what I made was a spiral-bound year-long tracker sheet, right? So there, Akasha has it. Let me see if I can pin her really quick. I'm going to pin her really quick. So Akasha has exactly what I created. I was actually inspired her and created my own. So for mine, I have 12 months of tracker sheets, 12 months of tracker sheets. And in between every 4 weeks, I have my action plan so that I can have my action plan and my tracker sheet, right? This is such an epic tool. So you're never like, where's that darn sheet? Did I fold it up and put it in a book? It's like right there. It's easy to bring with you everywhere you go, right? And where can you get this tracker sheet? All the tools are in one simple place. It's at superfood.social/partners. This is your onboarding link. And the password is social. So this is how we all onboard all of our brand partners, is through this particular link. There are other tools in the back office. There's iLearn and stuff. But for this team, this is where we start. We start with onboarding and printing out the documents on that page. And you can create a spiral bound notebook like that. I did mine at FedEx. Some of you may have printers and can do it at home. So the beautiful thing about this tracker sheet and this action plan is every tool you need is on there. So if you literally follow the plan of your action plan and tracker sheets, like it says on there, you will have success. You will start to rank. You will start to move. Now, how many people are not using a tracker sheet? Drop me a 2 in the comments. This isn't to like make anyone wrong or bad, but let's just acknowledge where we're at and if we'd like to, okay? So now, if you are trying to get to a goal and you are not tracking, you are going to forget who you've been in contact with. Can you, let me just ask you a question. Can you just remember last week and tell me every single person you've met last week or talked to last week, just as a person, friends, relatives, whatever. Can anybody here remember every single person they interacted with last week, both online and offline? Okay, we did have some yeses. So some of you have photographic memories, but most people are not going to be able to remember all the comments they made on Facebook, all the names of people that they interacted with on Instagram, all the people who liked their posts and all the people who commented. Most people, and all the people you saw at a gas station and all the people that you saw at the grocery store, most people are not going to remember that. And I'm telling you, the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. So if you really do the simple tool of writing down the names, if you reach out to 5 people a day and write their names down, next week you're going to be able to go back and follow up with those people because you won't have forgotten them. And then 3 weeks from now, you can follow up with those people because you haven't forgotten them. In 4 weeks, you can follow up. And 5 weeks, you can follow up. If you don't write down their names down, 5 weeks from now, you're going to forget who you actually talked to. So this tracker sheet, literally, I was trying to hit the UBT. We're going to talk about what that is in a little bit, but I was trying to hit the UBT. And it wasn't until I did it. Sarah Rhinelander, our, almost royal crown, our 5-star crown upline, our mentor, she was trying to hit the UBT and she did the tracker sheet and hit it. It was the tracker sheet that literally got our 5-star crown to finally hit the UBT because she was like, God, this seems so hard and impossible to hit the UBT. And literally she did it by doing this tracker sheet. So guess what I did? Because I heard that story, I did the tracker sheet and guess what? I hit the UBT. And it was like, all I had to do was fill out this tracker sheet and keep track and do everything it says. And then all of a sudden I hit the UBT. It took me a few weeks. I didn't do it right away, but it got me into a rhythm of following all the steps. Literally, the tracker sheet says, reach out to 5 people every day, follow up with 3 people. I can't remember everything because I don't have it with me. I accidentally left it. 2 people, I think that you want to contribute to them somehow, emotional deposits, loving them up, So there's all these things on the tracker sheet that are so simple. The action planner sheet is really amazing for social media. It tells you all the different things you need to do on social media. And literally, I love the tracker sheet because you can check every single thing off. Am I willing to do 3 lives this week? So here's what you need to know for the brand new people that's special, and this is a new promo, that if you're a brand new brand partner, if you go live 10 times in 10 days, once every single day for 10 days, you're going to get an extra 100 points on top of all the points you already get. So you all can receive free points simply by going live every single day on Instagram, your first 10 days. Now, if you're somebody who hasn't, If you want to relaunch your business, let's say that you're someone you've already passed that period. You've already passed that promo period. You're like, well, I didn't do my 10 lives in 10 days. Oh, well, I didn't hit the consultant bonus. Oh, well, but you're still running for consultant. I want you to treat your business like today's the first day. And I want you to do 10 lives in 10 days. I want you to do every single thing a person would do if they were brand new. And do 10 lives in 10 days. Reach out to 5 people every day. And go for consultant in 10 days. Give that to yourself. Get to consultant in 10 days. Give that to yourself as a goal if you're relaunching your business and you're like, oh, I've been kind of like out of it for a while. All right. Get to consultant in 10 days. You'll still get a $50 bonus, even if you are not in your first 10 days. If you're in your first 10 days, you get a $100 bonus. How nice is that? Okay. All right. And if you're past consultant, then run for director. Do director and say, I can do it in a month. All right. So if you hit director, you get $400 in your first or second month, right? The month you enroll, you can hit director, or the month after you enroll, you can hit director and get that $400 bonus. So consultant is 1,000 points. And here's what I love is consultant is 1,000 points, which is literally you just divide that by the number of ULTs, right? So an ultimate lifestyle transformation pack is 220 points for a customer and 270 points if they sign up as a brand partner. So you just take 1,000 and you divide it. I'm going to average it to 250. 1,000 divided by 250. And that's 4. If you ordered an ultimate lifestyle transformation, then you only need 3 to hit that consultant bonus, right? 3, maybe 3 plus some products, maybe 3.5, but about 3 to get 1,000 points. If you want to know how many points you have, you're going to go to the back office, and you can get there by 2 ways. You can memorize the back office link, which is backoffice.mypurium.com, or you can go to iShop Purium, log in, and click back office. All right, and that's going to tell you how many points you have. You can also go to rank advancements and click forward and see all your rank advancements. It's so fun to see, like, to start picturing. This is part of visualizing. Go through the rank advancements to the rank that you want and say, what do I need to get there? And it'll tell you, oh, check, you've made your $50, purchases or your 50-point purchase this month, green check. And it'll say red X, nope, you need, you have this many points out of this many to get to that next one. Okay. So, and so on. You can just look at all the rank advancements. In there, you can also see who has signed up somebody. Right? Okay. So these are just some very basics, but what I want to do right now is actually invite someone on who has hit the rank of director. I wanted to explain to you first, but I wanted you to meet somebody who actually hit director in her first 6 days. She signed up, I think, on the 3rd. She was having some glitches on the 1st, 2nd. She ended up signing up on the 3rd and signed up several people the same day. And Jillian, I'm not seeing you. I hope you're still there, but she wasn't feeling well, so I just want to check. Are you still there, Jillian? Feel free to come on.
Yep, I'm here.
There you are. Okay, awesome. Yay, Jillian. So this is even a more remarkable feat because Jillian's in Canada. Oh, I lost you.
Where am I going?
Hang on a second. Let me just move my. Okay, my screen keeps moving you around, and then I'm actually gonna move you. I think I can. There. Okay, I've moved you. So, Jillian in Canada. So Jillian is direct to Hannah, direct to Malia, who's my friend from Kauai. We used to fire dance together. So I met Jillian through Purium. And she'd had a product experience, and she's an amazing mama. She's got she had a lot going on health-wise, and she just literally like transformed her health. And then she was like, I'm ready to be a brand partner. Well, I don't know if you were really ready to be a brand partner, but Hannah invited you. She really saw the potential in you, invited you to a call with me where we explored. So I was just wondering if you could talk about kind of your experience becoming, like, deciding to become a brand partner, how you got to director, kind of your like step-by-step process a little bit of just whatever you can think of, and I'll ask you questions along the way if you have any, I have any more for you. But Jillian is amazing, and so here she
Great.
is. Thank you.
Wow, it's crazy that I to even be on this call right now, because I you don't think it's possible, but if you put your mind to something and you can see it, then and you have somebody who believes in you, then you can do it. And I've had just that through Rachel and Hannah and Malia. And I can see myself. This has been something that I've never been somebody who can visualize anything, but for the first time in a really long time, I can somehow visualize myself doing this and being successful. And it's a new spot for me. So yeah. So hi everybody. I didn't think this was possible, and I cannot believe that Rachel has asked me to do this. If you asked me 40 days ago, before I did my transformation of, actually, it makes me almost want to cry because, sorry, I am emotional today. But if you asked me 40 days ago if I would be sitting here doing this when I was so depressed and feeling like crap, then I would have laughed or cried in your face. And now I'm crying. So Rachel's been teaching me to breathe. So here I am. How did I do it? Well, it started with Hannah doing a live, and she's a really good friend of mine on Maui, and I hadn't talked to her in so long, and I saw her do this live. So here's the thing with lives. Hannah hates social media. When Hannah got on social media to talk about this, I was gripped. I was captivated. What are you doing? I had just gotten off the couch myself, feeling brain fog and just awful. And there Hannah was in my face, and she's telling her story, and it's as if she was telling mine. And I'm madly going, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I trust you. Like, what are you doing? So I reached out to her. She reached back to me. We set up a call with Rachel. It was an investment. I cannot believe I spent that money on myself. It was like walking with my tail underneath my legs to ask my husband if we could spend this money on me. But he said, yes, there's a money back guarantee. It's like an investment in yourself with a money back guarantee. I mean, how great is that? Really, there's really nothing to lose. Either I feel better or I get my money back. Okay, I can handle this. So it took me a few days to start. I was even nervous to start. And then by day 3, I was like, well, what took you so long? So yeah. And then by day 10, I just had this really big turnaround, and I thought it was nuts. I asked my husband if this is something that he'd noticed, and he absolutely said that my demeanor had changed. My son said I stopped yelling at him. I mean, how impactful is that? So I started thinking, maybe there's something more to this. I knew Hannah was doing this. I'd already done a couple other MLM companies, and with no success, and mostly because I never wanted to share it. It's like I'd sign up, and then it was my own secret. I'm not going to tell anybody because I'm embarrassed that I'm doing this. And, it's something that they don't really need. And, there was like this shame attached to it that I would feel like I was bombarding them with even just sharing what I was doing. And for the first time, I am so proud of the product that we have, that it has been absolutely organic to me to share it. And people, not only am I okay to share it, but people have noticed the difference in me. They've come up to me, they haven't seen me in 10 or 15 days, and said, what are you doing? You look amazing. Why do you look so good? I'm like, what? Do I look amazing? Oh, I do? I felt like terrible for the last however many months. Is this possible? People are noticing this. So then it just got me thinking, and Hannah and I started talking about it. And she said, as a mom, I was so out, just like you. I feel so lonely during COVID, and there's nothing in my life apart from my children. She said, Jill, this has been amazing. It has given me vitality back, in not just through the product, but through the connections that I've made. And, that just, you know, right there, like having such little social life through COVID and parenting, that attracted me to it. So now I finished my transformation the day Christmas Eve. So I couldn't think past, I said, I'm not even going there. I'm definitely contemplating this becoming a brand partner. But it wasn't something that I could fully do. And then that last week I'd been talking to Rachel and I was like, yes, I want to do this. Yes, Hannah, I want to do this, but I'm not doing it until January 1st because I need money in my account and I need to get through Christmas and holidays. So then I signed up. And by that point, because I had gone through my transformation, I had already talked to a lot of people about it and they were so intrigued that they signed up that day. So, and it was easy because I'd already, you know, done that. Now, not everybody signs up that way. I get that. And I think there's proof in the pudding that you don't have to do it that way. Rachel would know more than me on that. And then I've come out of my box because I had a plan. I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I have to share it this time. I'm not going to sign up for another MLM and not share it. So I went to my Squamish moms page. So I'm in Canada and BC, and every Monday they have a marketing Monday and you can post whatever you're sharing or whatever you're doing. So Rachel helped me with a post. It was very last minute actually, because I kind of forgot about it. So write these things down. And I did it at 9:30 and I was inundated by people asking me what I'm doing. I went from being a boring mom with nothing going on to being from a 1 to a 10, so busy that I felt like I was running next to a Ferrari. I was like, I'm coming. Like, what is happening? So because of how fast it all happened and just the support that I was getting, that's what this is all about, right? This is not like another company that I've been with, because the support, we are part of this family. And no, I wasn't afraid to reach out. No, I wasn't, I didn't have any inhibitions. I'm like, we're doing this together. So that's what I did. And then Rachel, just one last thing was that with the lives is she said, you have those points to get. I'm like, points? Like, oh my God, I can't even think about these points. Like, you should do a live video. I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. She's like, well, no, I think you're going to do it on your own. I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to do it on my own. And so she goes, you are. And then I'm just going to walk you through it. I'm like, okay. So I sat down right here. Well, actually I sat over there, and then she goes, nope, you got to go find somewhere where your phone's stable. You can't sit with it. I'm like, oh, okay, God, where am I going to go? So I'm like clearing my table because there's crap all over. Sorry, I probably shouldn't say that, but it was literally like that. I'm like, okay. And then I hung up with her and I'm sitting here and I'm going, I'm looking at these beautiful mountains. I don't know if you can see, but I've got these beautiful mountains. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the window and I'm like, okay, mountains. Oh God, live. Mountains. Okay. And then I just went, think. And then I started talking. And I just shared my story because it was real. I didn't have to make anything up. I had people's attention. They think of me as this, like, everybody only posts the good pictures, right? They don't know that you're feeling terrible. So these lives was this complete open door to my personal life. I let them in. And as a result, I really let them in. I have not stopped. Like, it has been nonstop. I've probably been in touch with, I need to go back and count, at least 60 people, I would say. So, and I'm not done. I've got like people still messaging this morning. So it's a matter of putting yourself out there and not being nervous to say what you're doing. So I said what I'm doing, and here I am.
You're amazing. You're getting so much love in the comments. I want to make sure you go through and read all that, because people are really resonating with your story and they're just loving you up.
Aw.
Yeah. I want to say that, what you're really showing is that do it anyway. You're basically saying, do it anyway. Even if you're scared, do it anyway. Just like, be scared. It's okay to be scared and do it. We all have a first time at everything. Anyone who plays sports or plays tennis or has sung on stage or been an actor or been in theater or anything, there's like you just do it, scared or not. It's like, okay, this is terrifying, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And you ended up having really, really great support from your community and responses.
And I do want to say that there have been stumbling blocks, and I look back and I go, whoop, I wouldn't have done that again, but that is a good lesson. This is a good lesson. You know, the interesting thing about what I'm learning about myself through Purium, and it's not through my other companies, I haven't found this in myself, is that I'm okay to stumble because I have somebody to pick me up. And it's not just Rachel, it's Malia and Hannah and Amy, and so far. And I'm okay to make a mistake with this business because of that support. Full stop.
Yeah. Yeah. And those of you who are in accountability groups, like every single crown here has an accountability group. You have the support of your accountability group. You have the support of the people in your group, right? So there's always support for you, even in sidelines. Yeah. Because you're all like doing this together. And so I often, even in my accountability group, my sidelines are all interviewing each other, right? So you don't have to be direct to each other to interview each other to get to hear each other's stories. You know, it's really powerful. The Squamish Mom group. So yeah, so this is a tool that's like, this is a great insight. So who's in a group right now? Who can say that they're in other groups on Facebook? Just drop me a 3 if you're in another group on Facebook and you think like, wow, I could maybe like take advantage of these groups and just look for the Monday. What is it called? Something Monday.
Marketing Monday.
Marketing Monday, where you can share that. Someone was asking what the post was. And so I'm just going to say briefly what that post was. You can find it actually on my page with a picture of a salad. She made a similar post. And it's really all about saying, you know, hey, it's not easy. It's not easy. We all know what we're supposed to be eating, but it's not easy to make that decision. We all know what we're supposed to, we all know what healthy looks like and what we're supposed to be doing, but we don't all do it. It's not easy. So we're just relating to people first. It's not easy. People can relate to that. They're all going to say, yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to have a carrot, but instead I had a bagel, you know? But so just sharing, just relating to people first, and then taking them through the step-by-step process of like, hey, but you know what? It's so awesome is like, you don't have to do anything hard. You just add nutrition in and you start to like, and all the cravings fall away, and this does it for you. And so just painting a picture that's possible for people. That's what she did. And she's like, who would like to, and then she had a call to action at the end of that, which is, you know, hey, if you want to join me, let me know. And so what happened was all these Squamish moms, like one day she just said, I got it. I'm in 25 different conversations. Like 25 moms reached out and were interested. 5 of them came to our Zoom. So then we had a Zoom, right? So we have like a superfood social, a virtual party to talk about the transformation. She shared her story. Hannah shared her story. I shared my story. We talked about the products and the price. And because she's in Canada, this is really unique because in Canada, it's more expensive. So for her, it was like almost close to 500 Canadian dollars. But that's still $15 a day, $16 a day that you're paying. So it's still a really good price. And she still saved $50 to $100 a week on her groceries because she wasn't spending on other things. So no matter where you are in the world, I encourage you to think of it in terms of what you're spending per day and what you're saving. And that's always how you want to present it, so people can like get past their own fears because they want to do it and you know it's going to be good for them, but they just kind of have to like see it in their budget. So in Canada, there's like almost this feeling of like, oh my God, but it's more expensive. But literally, if they don't know what the American price is and they just hear like, oh, it's $16 a day for 2 meals a day plus your supplements, that's doable. It feels way more doable. So you don't always have to give the American price and then give the Canadian conversion. You can just stick with like, this is what it costs. And you don't have to tell them, oh, but it's this much more, or it's this cost, or then there's like this huge shipping fee. Like none of that. Just tell them, break it down to them in something that's bite-sized, that's doable. And that'll get them past, that'll get you past your own obstacle, them past their own obstacles. So one of the things that you did was before you signed up all these people, you went live on your page, you interviewed Hannah, or Hannah interviewed you, or you saw Hannah interview somebody, and you started reaching out and invited everybody in your board market, all the people you knew, all your friends, your neighbors, you invited them all to join you in a group transformation. It happened to be a New Year group transformation, but y'all can invite people to a group transformation anytime. Your warm market, all the people that you know, invite them to a group health reset. Okay. And this is what you did. And then all these people showed up. You really invited a lot of people. So you have to know that only a certain number of people are going to show up. It's a numbers game with anything. You know, maybe your statistic, everyone's going to have a different ratio, but maybe your ratio is like, I invite 10, 3 show up, or I invite 20 and 10 show up, or I invite 15 and 10 show up. You don't know, but like you start to get to sense of like how you're inviting. Go ahead.
I was also going to say too, that in the Squamish Mom page, because obviously everybody's so busy and there's no correct or right time, that the one, I think there was only 5 people that showed up, and then I did another one later and 5 maybe people showed up. Well, I sent every single one that got in touch with me the Zoom, and they've watched it and followed up on their own time. So don't think because they didn't show up that they don't want to know. I mean,
that's
you
true.
have to follow up.
So here we go again, the fortune and the follow-up. So then following up with everybody who was on the Zoom, and then sending the link out to everybody who was not on the Zoom. And one of the things that we're learning is even more powerful and more productive is to actually send out an Eventbrite. Because if you have people register to the event, they will get all the reminders, all the email reminders, and they're more likely to go because they registered. It's just simple psychology. They feel that they've, you know, committed to something. And you want that. You want people to feel committed, right? This is a commitment. So it's the first step, is just getting you there. And every person you invite, whether they come now or not, you have planted a seed. So this is all about planting seeds. Every invitation is a seed planted. They say it takes 5 to 7 exposures before a person decides to do something. So how are you giving them those 5 to 7 exposures? You're going live on social media. Maybe it started with you invited them to something. And then you brought them to social media. And then maybe the next step is you added them to the superfood.social health support group and then tagged them in some stories. That's another 3 exposures. That's another 5 exposures. And then you get them onto Connect Call. That's usually the last exposure. And then they're in. They're like, that was all I needed to know. You just needed to like connect to someone real, and now we're in. Yeah. So 5 to 7 exposures. All right. So what else here? Sharing your story is really powerful. So how many of you have, if you have shared your story on social media, drop me a, what number are we on? 6. Drop me a 6 if you have shared your story on social media. Drop me a 7 if you have not. Let's see who's shared their story or not. Drop me a 7 if you have not. Lots of 6s. Okay, a couple 7s. Awesome. Thanks for being honest. Okay. And maybe some of you are new and you just don't even know you have a story yet. So let me share with you something. If you're brand new, or if you have a brand new brand partner who's just joining and they're like, I don't have a story, this is what I share. I call it the anticipation post. And you can post a picture of your product and say, well, I'm just getting ready to get started. This is what I'm doing. I don't necessarily say Purium. I just say, I'm about to do this health transformation. And I'm really excited. This is what I did when I first started. I said, I really, really want to conquer this fatigue. I'm just over it. And I know that this is going to be good for me. It's got to be good for me. I know I need to cleanse. I know I need to clean out. And that was how I got my first couple brand partners, was actually just saying that, because they said, oh, I want to do it with you. Right? So the anticipatory post is a really, really special post when you're first beginning. And if you've already done the transformation, you can say, this is what I did before, and here's what I'm doing again with my friends. Anybody want to join? So that's how we just did the whole New Year transformation. Well, now we're starting to get up onto February, which is like love month, right? Heart month, heart health February. I don't know what we're going to do for February, but I know we got something. But this is how you want to think moving forward. So I want to talk a little bit about the Widen Your Reach promo some more. And I want to ask you, who has hit all the Widen Your Reach promo? So the Widen Your Reach promo is the free points you get for going live or uploading a video or live. I really prefer a live on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or stories. Okay. So, and there's a way to, you're going to hashtag it, right? Any live you do, you hashtag it, PHP Live 2021, I believe. And you're also going to submit it through the iLearn. So you go to iLearn, you go to promos, then you go to widen your reach promo submission form, right? Just go to iLearn and find the promos. It's like the second module. That's how you're going to upload it. You're going to upload a screenshot and a link to it. If there is a link to it, you're going to submit a link, but at the very least, you're going to submit a screenshot and say which platform it's on. So widen your reach promo. I know I asked you a question, but I didn't let you answer it, but I'm going to ask again. Widen your reach promo is 500 free points every month. That's halfway to consultant. That's a fifth of director, right? It's a sixth of executive. So 500 points is amazing free points to get. If you can submit up to 3 a week between Saturday morning and Friday night. Saturday morning, Friday night, you submit 3 posts. If you're a new brand partner, you got to submit 1 every single day, or at least submit 5 one week and 5 the next week. Okay, 5 at a time. So if you have been hitting it so far, if you've gotten it all this since the beginning of the month, if you've been around that long, or since you started, if you've been doing doing all the points possible, 3 a week, with 10 in a month as a goal, drop me a 8. Drop me an 8. If you have been hitting it and you've been doing all, at the very least getting this many points. All right, lots of 8s. Drop me a 9 if you haven't, but you're gonna. Drop me a 9 if you plan to. All right, good, awesome. All right, good, maybe 8, so try 9. So this is so amazing, because if everyone on your team and in your downline does this widen your reach promo with you, not only do you get your points, you get their points, right? So literally, you could pretty much get to executive, halfway to executive. You can get to executive through all the promos. So here's the other promo, is the UBT promo. So the UBT promo is 500 bonus points for signing up 3 people with a ULT during the week, all right? 3 people, it could be a ULT as a customer or a ULT as a brand partner. But if you sign up any 3 of those during the week, so that's the change, right? Doesn't have to be a brand partner, it can be a customer now. So you sign up 3 of those people in a week, and now you've got 500, let's do the weeks, 500, 1,000, 500, 2,000, right? That's 2,000 points. And then if you do 10, that's 1,000 points. And now you're at 3,000 points, which is halfway to executive. Halfway to executive. And those are just the promo points, but now you count up all the, and then you've done the widen your reach promo. Now you've got another 5,500 points, or 500 points. So now you're at 3,500. And then guess what? Now total all the points from those people just signing up, 10 people signing up. How many points you got? Now you're at executive. So simply by tracking, reaching out, the company pays you to do this widen your reach promo every week. Wow. The company gives you points to do widen your reach promo every single week. So if every single person on your organization did widen your reach, so you would say that time, that many brand partners times 500, how many points would you have just from widen your reach? From you and every brand partner you have doing 500 points, how many points would that give you? How many points would you have? I want you to just guesstimate, total in your mind, and then drop it in the comments. Just think, how many brand partners do I have? Times 500, everyone doing the widen your reach promo, how many points would I have? Mary Beth did some crazy calculation. I want to say she came up with like 250,000 points she would have, which means she would be way beyond. I'm not seeing any numbers here. Is it me? No one's doing the math. All right, well. Okay, Chelsea, thank you. Chelsea, so if everyone in Chelsea's organization, all of her brand partners did the widen your reach, she would have 4,000 points. Stephanie would have 2,000 points. So you guys get my drift? This has got to be something you prioritize, is having everyone in your organization, all new brand partners doing this. And this isn't just to help you, but you know that this is going to help them. This is going to get them. Lisa Holt would have 16,000 points. Holy cow. So you know that this is going to help them. This is literally, you got it from my drift. You're literally like free ranks are being passed out right here. All right. And so then UBT, 3 people. How are we going to get those 3 people? Through the widen your reach promo. So it's so funny how one promo helps another, right? You do the widen your reach. That gives you all these points, but it also gives you all this exposure. You're interviewing friends. You're interviewing people sharing their stories. You're interviewing each other. You're sharing your own story. And then all of a sudden you've got all these more people who are now interested. And now you're signing up 3 people a week. You got 10 people in a month. And then suddenly you've hit executive. Now, if you and your upline do that, then guess what? Your upline's going to have, you're going to have 6,000 points. Your upline's going to have 12,000 points. Now your upline, just by your upline doing it and you doing it, now your upline's at diamond, just about at diamond. Okay. So 3 people in an organization hitting the doing not just the widen your reach promo, which is the lives, but also hitting the UBT promo, which is the 500 bonus points each week. Now you're cooking with fire. So who's motivated? Who's motivated to do prospecting and follow-up? Me. Okay, so here's the thing. Where do you focus? Somebody asked that early on. Where do you focus your attention in your organization? How do you stay organized and do it? Is anybody doing 90 minutes? The question I have for you is, can you, if you, we've got data that shows, if you can commit 10 to 11 hours a week to your business, doing 90-minute prospecting times, you can actually start to rank. I think I got to green diamond by doing that. So 90 minutes, 5 times a week is ideal, or every day, right? If you can commit 5 to 90 minutes and then come to 3 Zooms a week, that's going to be 11 hours, 10 or 11 hours. I'm not very good at math, but I know it's something like that. All right. So if you can commit this to your business and follow the structure of your tracker sheets and action plan, you're going to get somewhere. Okay. And your connect calls. You could even make it a goal of I'm going to get 3 connect calls I'm going to get 3 connect calls this week. I'm going to bring 3 people on the call. Just as an upline, ask your downline, say, hey, bring me 3 or 5 connect calls this week. Okay. And if you're the downline, ask the upline. Tell the upline, I'm going to bring you 3 connect calls in the next few days. Get ready. 5 connect calls in the next few days. Get ready. Make a goal. Set a goal for yourself. Make a plan. Get behind your intention. Start visualizing what you're going to do. Now, fortune is in the follow-up. I want to talk about DMOs. So now when you've got that 90 minutes, what do I do with those dang 90 minutes? What do I do with that? So I really like to coach my team that you are either prospecting or you are following up. It's really easy to go back and forth and start going down rabbit holes. And who gets distracted during their 90 minutes? Suddenly they're texting, suddenly they're on the phone, suddenly they're but they're well, it's all business related. It's 90 minutes, but I'm doing all these different things. Right? Okay, thanks for being honest. I get distracted too. It's easy to suddenly be looking down, well, I'm prospecting, so therefore I'm going to go through all these Facebook posts and start commenting and talking to people. What are you doing? Okay, so when you're following up, okay, good. I'm glad I caught you. When you're following up, you are staying in your lane and you're just following up. All right, you are just following up. So you got your list of all these people you have talked to and who have commented and who have liked or whatever. You're sticking with your follow-up. All the people you've contacted, this is when you get out your tracker notebook and you start looking through and you start going through all those people and saying, have I followed up with all these people? And you start going through and following up with those people from weeks ago. Guess what? You're going to start signing people up with those follow-ups. But you got to just stick with follow-ups. Don't get sidetracked by texting. Don't get sidetracked by your boyfriend. Don't get sidetracked by, oh, this is so urgent, I got to do this. Stay focused and stay in your lane of what you're doing. You're following up. Fortune is in the follow-up. So spend 90 minutes doing just follow-up. If you've been doing this for weeks, you have that much to do. If you're prospecting, you're not following up. You're staying in your lane of prospecting. not following up, but prospecting, which is responding, sending messages to every single person who's liked your thing, writing their names down, sending messages to all the people who've commented, writing their names down, reaching out to your friends, creating a healthy happy hour or superfood social or wealthy social hour. What do you call it? Wealthy happy hour. I really like to do events that lead with the business. So that leads me into that last piece, which is leading with the business, and then we'll end. So leading with the business, oh, I'm just brand new. Who's like, I don't have the story yet. What am I gonna say? How am I gonna lead with the business? So this is something that happened with Jillian. I don't know if she's still here because, but if you are still here, Jillian, jump on so I know you are, because that was the next part, was leading with the business.
Yeah, I'm here.
A little bit about that, like that little aha moment for you.
Leading with the business. What are you coaxing me to say here?
Yeah, well, I started asking you, so first of all, if you want to build an organization, you got to have more people than just yourself, right? You got to have more people than just yourself promoting. Like if you're just promoting all the time, you're going to get to director every month. But if you're the one, if you're just signing up customers all the time and you're just going to be a director every month, but how do you start getting to these next ranks? You got to have people who are doing the business with you. And so at some point you had a kind of like a moment of realization, and then you started reaching out and for the business. So can you talk a little bit about that and getting them on a connect call and all that whole process?
Yeah, I have to admit, like part of it is that, but part of it was more of, if I'm speaking from the heart, was who do I want to work with?
There you go.
And who is this somebody that I want to give the opportunity to? For me, I couldn't really see that big picture yet. Rachel said, you signed a few people today, offer them this, because if anybody of those people that you signed today, if you think that this would be a good opportunity for them, then they can use those points and they can, work with you. And to me, I looked at the list and there was one person that stood out to me, and quite frankly, this isn't very big in Canada. So I wanted to work with somebody. It's not just about, I didn't want to be by myself doing this. And there was one person that stood out on that list, and I called her and she said yes. But I think that's, for me, it's, if I'm being completely organic, it's who do I want to work with as I get going and pedal this bike with, because it's more fun with somebody else. And I don't know, that's sort of how it took less of the like, well, I need to sign this, because I didn't think of it like that. It was more for me, I'm like, okay, who am I doing this with? So
perfect.
That's how it happened.
Exactly what I wanted to hear. And so you said it, you did everything perfectly. So
just true.
it's all about who. And so then how do you do it? You let them know, I would love to work with you. You were somebody, I thought of you because, like, hey girl, I'm thinking about you because, why? Because you're so awesome. Because of X, Y, and Z, because you rock. You're amazing. You're somebody I would love to work with. You're somebody I love. I would love to talk to you every day. My best friends are in this business. One of the reasons I love this business so much is so many people who I love are actually doing the business. And so it's fun to show up every day because I get to see those people more than my actual, people in my everyday life, right? Because I'm spending time with people who I love. So let these people know, I would love, I'm doing something that I've really fallen in love with. I love what I do. This is really, really satisfying to me. It's a new adventure. And I was thinking of people like, who would I love to work with? Who would I want to bring into this with me? And I thought of you. I thought of you because would you be interested in checking it out? If I sent you some information, would you take a look? If I sent you a link, would you, take 5 minutes to watch it and just at least tell me what you think? Okay. Let people know you love them. This is a authentic, heart-based business. Let them know why you thought of them. Fill them with love and invite them and let them decide. Don't decide for them. Okay? So Hats off. Thank you so much, Jillian. You're such a sweetheart, and I love working with you. She's been literally really reach out to your upline. She's been reaching out to me like all day long, every day. We've just been like working together really closely for the last week straight. And it's just been awesome. I encourage you to do that. Okay, I'm here for those people on my team. And thank you so much for everybody for coming, and just dropping your love in the comments for Jillian. Thank you so much. And don't forget to share your takeaways in the team page. All right, have a great day, everybody.